Hi everybody, welcome back to another episode of Relate and 8, Becoming Better Connectors 8 minutes at a time. I'm Dr. Ben Fung, and today we're going to talk about winners and losers. Now, this is what's going on. I had a couple of cool conversations over the week and realized this is a very important topic that seems to plague a lot of relationships, be them romantic, platonic, familial, business, academic, collegial. It's just a problem because in our culture, especially in our Western culture, we always feel like there's winners and losers. If somebody else wins and I'm part of that group, that means I probably lost. Or if I won, then somebody else had to lose for it. And that's not really accurate with how we can approach life. Because here's the truth. When you're in a conflict, you can both win. What? No. It's not possible. No. Now, psychologists, especially in social psychology and social cognition, have broken it down for us with the term heuristics. And it means a shortcut or a mental shortcut. Typically, when we think of something and we try to put ourselves in somebody else's shoes, we don't actually do that. What we do is we take a mental shortcut and think, what if we were in their shoes? If they knew what I knew, then they would just know I was bluffing. Or if I was in that situation, I would totally go about it a different way. And that might be true in that pure train of thought, but it probably isn't accurate from the other person's side of the line. And that is where we can begin building on the concept that there doesn't have to be winners and losers. You can both win because you're likely playing two different ball games. Now, this two different ball games idea kind of hits close to home because I'm out of San Diego, sob the Chargers. But back in the day, if you remember, the San Diego Padres and the San Diego Chargers used to play on Jack Murphy Field or Jack Murphy Stadium. It was the same place, it's just that part of the year there was a baseball team, the other part of the year there's a football team. They play on the same space, play on the same field, but they're playing by different rules with different objectives, and that many times is what happens to us in relationships. Especially in intra-competitive type relationships. Usually you see that in a family or in a work team dynamic or in a spousal relationship. You might feel like you're going after different things or you're trying to go after the same thing, but only one can win, and that's usually not true. Because think of it back into that metaphor. It's not a perfect metaphor, but it's a metaphor. If somebody's playing baseball, they want to hit home runs, they want to get on base, they want to run back to the home base and score that way. But if somebody's playing football, their job is to push the ball to the other side and get a touchdown. These are two different goals, and many times in relationships, when you have a conflict, you don't have to have a winner or a loser. What you need is a resolution of goals. The root problem in this competition winners and losers situation is the transitional periods. And I mean the transitional periods of, you were on the same team or seemingly on the same team, but then now you have differing or divergent or cross-path goals, and now you feel like you have to choose a side, either yours or theirs or somebody else's. And that's where things happen poorly. You turn the collaboration into a competition. The competition then goes into this atrocious behavior that ultimately becomes a personal vendetta because you keep coming back to these crossroads when somebody seemingly needs to be a loser and somebody seemingly needs to be a winner. And I'm telling you today, think back. There's always ways that you could have gotten around it. You could have stopped it, nipped it in the buds at these transitional conflict zones. Buds? Did I say buds? Nip it in the bud. Now you might be thinking, yeah, sure, you can both win. It works in theory. We've tried working together before. It just never works. Well, probably it isn't that it doesn't work. How you've approached working together has been the problem. Typically what it is you're trying to play two different games on the same field at the same time. And just like in many different types of sports where they share the field, you have to have some time on the field and then you have to have some off the field. And in sports, it's also the same in life. The entire game isn't played on the field. Most of what sports teams do and most of athletics, they prepare in the gym. They prepare in the weight room. They do a lot of preparation training off the field. That way they can win on the field. And so when it comes to your relational, connection-based problems where you're starting to get from a collaborative situation to a situation of conflict, and there seems to be this tension of, oh, there might be some winners and losers, think about what you need to get done and what they need to get done. Very likely you can get some stuff done on the field while they spend some time off the field doing what they need to do to develop their situation so they can win on the field. I think that's the ultimate problem, is that we always say, oh, let's work together, right? Let's unify our diversity and strength. But the problem typically happens at the how. The problem is, most of the time, everybody wants to be on the same field at the same time, when most of life is all about us preparing making ourselves stronger, familiarizing ourselves with the situation, planning ahead. These things don't require on-field time. They require off-field time. And if you're in a situation where it looks like conflict is rising and there's going to be winners and solutions, think about it and talk with the person across the table that you seem to be having some, a little bit of friction with, and see what are the actual goals. Because many times the goals are actually compatible, but you are trying to take the same path at the same time, but there might be a more effective way for you guys to take parallel paths to get into the same direction, covering your unique goals while also meeting a mutual one. So as you go down your path in life, inevitably there's going to be conflicts, right? There's conflicts every day. You have to resolve them. Some are bigger, some are smaller. But when you get to a situation when it's all about the connection, right? It's all about the relationship. And there seems to be some friction, some headbutting, because there's going to be a clear winner or loser. It seems that way. Think back on this, that you can both win, because there are no winners or losers when you win together. And then it's all about just being together. Think of it in that same athletic metaphor as, say, a college athletic department. There's many different sports teams, there's many different types of sports being played, but they all have to win together, right? When football wins, the baseball team's happy. When the baseball team wins, the basketball team's happy. When the basketball team's going through March Madness, their football team is cheering them on. That is how you should go about it. You have to share the resources, but you go about it on parallel paths where you make each other better. Thanks again for joining me for another episode of Relate and 8, Becoming Better Connectors 8 minutes at a time. This episode has been about winners and losers and how we can win if we win together. And then, well, there's no more losers out there. Have a great rest of your week. I'll see you for the next episode. Let me know what you think in the comments below. If you liked it, please hit that like button, hit the subscribe button. And if you have a tip for me for YouTube, again, I'm still learning. We're hitting month 1, 2017. I'm very excited. Thank you for supporting me and being with me, and I'll see you next time. What's up, everybody? Welcome to Behind the Scenes in the Office. I want to know your thoughts. How has Relate and 8 been for you? I've gotten some great feedback from you, my friends, on Snapchat and some on Instagram and some other social platforms, but I want to know about what you think. Drop your comments in the comments section below, and I value your feedback so much. I've had full-on Snapchat conversations about some of the content from the opening of the year, and let me know what you want to hear moving forward. Do you want more relationship-oriented stuff, more mindset, career, business-oriented stuff? I'm all yours, I'm all ears, and I'm all about going through this journey together. See you there.